Again, just a quick reminder, rule number 1, can't take the log of a negative number or 0. Rule number 2 was what? The log of 1 to any base. Doesn't matter what the base, always 0. Rule number 3, if I have y equals b to the x, I can rewrite that, change it from exponential to log. Log y base b equals to x. And now here's the new set of rules. These are the old ones from the previous section. Now the new ones. If you have multiplications, remember we said the log is nothing more than an exponential function. What do you do when you multiply exponents? Add them. This can be broken down to log x base b plus log y base b. I'm just going to write them down now. I'll come back and do some examples with them. Number 5. If you have divisions, when you divide, what do you do with the exponents? Subtract. It's the top minus the bottom. And rule number 6 for now, I'll make that the last one for now.
Excuse me, Professor, could I use your light on?
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have power there, we say when you have power to power, what do? Multiply. So this actually, the power moves in the front. So when you have a power, you can take that power and move it in front of the log. And these are all the properties of the log. You can hold it for now, in case you need. So these are the 6 properties of log. My job now to make sure you know them all. We're going to practice with them, go through some examples. We did the first 3. I think I'm confident you can figure because we know how to find the log. I think you got them. Now let's look at the last 3. The first 3 were from section 13.2. This is 13.3. Let me give you some problems to work on. We'll work on together and see what the answer is equal to. And what I'm going to do as we do the problems, I'm going to list next to it which rule we're using. Let's say we gave you this problem, log base a of 7 over 5. We said simplify that or apply some of the rules that apply to it and tell me what you can do with it.
Subtract.
Which rule is that? R5. That means rule 5. You can write that log 7 base a minus what? Log 5 base a. Because you have division. Log a cubed base b.
Wait, 7 minus 5?
That's the answer. I can't simplify it because you don't know what the base.
That's the answer?
Yep, that's all you can do.
Oh, okay.
You don't know what the base is.
Oh, no, but can't you say A?
You don't know what a is. No.
Yeah.
This is log a to the third power base b. Rule 6, yep. And 6 says you can move the exponent to the front, rewrite that 3 times the log of a base b. That's it. That's all you can do with it. You don't know a or b, you can't solve it. Log base 2 xy, that means x times y, divided by z squared. Subtract. Some will say fractions. I heard someone say subtract. I like that. So that'll be rule which one? 5. It's the log of the top minus the log of the bottom. Rule number 6. It says if you have an exponent, move it where? The front. So let's apply rule 6. So I'm not done with it. Log base 2 xy minus, this will be what? 2 times the log of base 2 z.
Oh, just to the
Uh-uh.
front of that chart?
What was it?
Yeah.
Rule 4. Yep.
So you just take that 2 right?
Sure. Move it to the front.
Oh, that's it. You just put it in the front of the second one?
Front of this one, because that's part of this problem. Yep. Somebody just said, what about rule number 4?
Yeah.
You can use it on this part. That's a multiplication. So you can break it down to log x base 2 plus log y base 2 minus 2 times log z base 2. And that's it. That's as far as I can go with this problem. So I had to apply 3 different rules to it. I'm not going to put a base on this. That means base 10. Which rule? 5 for division. Rule 6. And make that what? Square root of x minus what?
2 times.
Oh, she got you there.
What did you say?
She said square root of x. I was about to say, if you type this, I'll mark it wrong. Well, I said, you can write x as, square root of x as x to the 1/2. So if you write that x to the 1/2, are you done simplifying then?
No. Subtract.
So you have to apply rule number what?
5,
Try again. Try again.
3.
6. Not a guessing game. One of them. You get a power.
Wait, what?
The power goes in the front.
Oh.
That becomes 1/2 the log of x minus 2 times the log of y. A, not.
Well, in a real sense, Prof, you can use any one to solve it. Is that what you're saying?
The order doesn't really matter. Well, the first one I see a big fraction. So I got to do the division.
But because we're doing multiple choice, whichever one works to give us the answer, that's the one.
I don't think it's
What the answer
that's the answer you have to type. That's the answer.
You have to do all of them?
Yep, you have to go through all the steps. If you stop short, you're wrong. If you just do that step, they'll mark it wrong. If you stop here, they'll mark it wrong. Because it's you didn't finish it. What happened to this? So you have to keep going till you can't simplify it anymore. So I'm just trying to play with the rules to make sure you know them. That's why I'm playing here. When you have multiplication, becomes addition. When you have division, becomes subtraction. When you get power, move it to the front. Let's have you think backward. Let me give you this and take it back to this. Again, my goal tonight, make sure you know all the rules. So that's one way to see if you know the rules or not before you leave tonight. Let me start with one that's not bad. Square root means power of 1/2, Amanda. No. Okay. I want you to think backward now. This used to be what?
Multiplication.
It used to be, you have addition, that means it used to be multiplication, sure. That used to be log base 3 of A times C. That's what it used to be. Log 9 base A minus log 3 base A. This is a subtraction, right? So what can you do with it? That's division. 9 over 3. Can you simplify 9 over 3? Let's say the problem was written like this. So whoever did this problem never finished it, but they left it like this. We want you to take it back into a single log.
Reverse the order first.
Oh, I like that answer. I like it. He said, I like your answer too. He said, well, that's a -1. But I think his answer makes it easier. He said, reverse the order. Doesn't matter which one you write first. Make that log x squared minus so this becomes, instead of using -1 and deal with the exponent and all that, it's like taking my GPS and going through New York. Makes me get off the highway, go through New York City for about half an hour, 2 hours, and puts me back on the same spot. That's what this one does. But if you reverse that, you stay on the highway non-stop. So that's a subtractions. Subtractions used to be what? Division.
We can do anything with
Now, you can leave it like this. I have no idea if they want to leave it like this or they want you to write that as, because you can write this. I'm not sure again how they want the answer, but it could be x squared. Again, Amanda, this will be x to the 1/2. And when you divide, what do you do with the exponents? Subtract them, right?
How do you do that with a fraction? Oh, it's 2 over 1.
2 minus 1/2,
1.
1.5, or 3/2.
Subtracted the exponent.
Yep. So I have no idea which way the software in this case wants the answer. So if you encounter this on a homework assignment, click on view an example, see, because that will show you how they want the answer written. If they want it like this, fine. If they want you to go through the math and simplify it to this, that's fine too. Over what?
3/2 log x.
I could, absolutely, yep. I could, you see what, like I said, you can take this power, move it to the front if you want to, and write that 3/2 the log of x. And that's also a valid answer. It's applying rule number 6. If you have exponent, move it to the front. So really, it could be this, could be this, could be this. I have no idea which way they'll be looking for if this was on the homework.
We'll find out.
Yeah, you'll find out. They give you a couple of tries, you get to guess and see. One half log a base b minus 2 log 5 base b.
Yeah, so you go.
So 1/2 is the exponent.
Yeah. Minus, and then to the square.
Notice you have numbers in the front.
Yeah.
These numbers used to be what?
Exponents.
Exponents.
Oh, I completely left out the wrong one.
Mhm.
And if you simplify these exponents, a to the 1/2 means what? A minus, what's 5 squared?
25.
By the way, they'll never leave it 5 squared. They're always going to simplify that number, even if it's huge. I see in the software do that. Now you have subtractions.
Divide.
That used to be division. And that'll be it. You can't go any farther. If you start breaking it, you end up going back to that spot.
Yeah.
It'll be like that gerbil in the cage that's going nowhere, just spinning.
Pretty good shape though.
Yep. Make it 2. I don't want to multiply that. Well, I could actually did the math in my head. Okay.
Is that natural?
2 ln of 3 plus ln of 9. Yes, ln means the natural log, log base e. So the rules apply to natural log. The same rules apply to the log, apply to the natural log. There is no difference between them. The only difference is the base. And these numbers have different bases anyway.
Something square.
Can you add the bases of those? things?
Nope.
No. 9.
9 can be
That'll be 3 squared here, right?
Yeah.
What's 3 squared? ln of 9 plus ln of 9.
2 on 9. 2 on 9.
2 ln of 9. I like that. You could. Or ln of 81. 9 as addition used to be multiplication. 9 times 9. So this is good. That's good.
So in a case if we put 2 on 9 and the software said, oh, that's wrong.
Then you go this one.
Yep.
Yep. Because if you think about it, if you have a number in the front, that number used to be what? Exponent. And what is 9 squared?
Okay, we got that.
Yeah.
So,
The only thing we don't know how to do yet is the question you asked early, log 16 base 5. We said, I don't know.
You can do it now.
I'm still not going to tell you now. Till next week. So next class, you need to bring your calculators with you if you have one. Make sure you know how to use your calculator. You're going to need it. We're going to be pushing buttons on the calculator using both of these keys, log and natural log. Then we're also going to show you where we use the stuff, why we're looking at that. Because if you want to solve an equation, exponential equation, that's the only way to solve it is by taking the log or the natural log. I made a statement early today that if you can get your money to double, a 10% return, your money will double every what? 7 years? Next class, you'll see I'm going to do the math for that. Will be 6.9 and some change years. We're going to show you the math behind it. So we will be finishing the chapter next week. You'll have a week after that to ask questions, and the week after that week will be the test.